The main goal is to use the water as many times as you can before you finally put it out. It's rainwater catchment, so the rain falls on the roof and the roofs are slanted so as to direct the rainwater into the cistern.
And then it funnels down, and then it goes into what's called a super silk catch, which would catch any leaves or sticks or whatever. And then it goes into the cistern, and then the water board, this thing here, pumps and filters all the water for household use.
The water from the cisterns gets used 3 times. First as fresh water for your dishes, for washing, for your drinking water. Your drinking water is additionally filtered. So when the water, say, is used in your bathtub, as it drains into the planters.
What the plants don't use hangs out in a lower reservoir, and a gray water pump pumps 1.6 gallons of used water that's been used twice back to flush your toilet. And then from your toilet, it goes out to the black water system, which it goes into a conventional concrete septic tank first.
Okay.
And then it leaches into a contained rubber-lined leach field, which is its last stop, and there we grow more plants.
So this is where I start.
Yeah.
What comes in here goes out here, and this was food,
Yeah.
right? So it's food for the soil if you treat it right. This is the sludge hammer.
Oh yeah.
Now this is
We
a
were starting
septic
to talk
tank.
about
You know,
that.
stick your nose in there and have a sniff, see what you discern.
I don't really smell anything actually.
Exactly. So all there is an air pump. It's 40 watts in there.
Uh-huh.
I'll show it to you. And that's the hardware. The software is the bacteria. And this brown stuff coming up the sides,
Yeah.
that's the bugs. They're basically eating all of the stuff that you don't want in the effluent.
Uh-huh.
And they're getting it clean enough so it can be used for drip irrigation
Wow.
without plugging up the holes.
And those are fungi?
Bacteria mostly. Lactobacillus species largely. This whole bed is gray water from laundry water.
Uh-huh.
And it's all passive. Pumps out of the washing machine into that tank and runs through here. And I really am not able to eat the berries as fast as they're growing this year.
Wow, that's amazing.
This laundry water's got lint, it's got, dirt, it's got all kinds of stuff in it. You shouldn't use like commercial detergent that's got a lot of sodium or boron or chlorine in it. This is a weather sensor that goes with the irrigation clock. And what it does is it downloads every day the high-low temperature and if it rained. Combination of that will tell the irrigation clock what the ET was, so the clock then will automatically up or down the run times on the irrigation.
That's great.
So that you use just the right amount of water.
So,
There's the pump for the irrigation.
and the irrigation is all timed based on climatic changes that are ongoing.
Yeah, it adjusts according to real-time weather.
We have a 9,400 gallon cistern in back. This whole building is under rainwater harvesting. One of our goals was to bring the water from the rooftop that accumulates in our cistern, bring it into the building and use it for all the working water. If you're going to remove contaminants from water, there's a certain wastage in the process that's unavoidable. If you have water that's in a cistern, for example, that's catchment water, if you want to drink it, the main concerns are bacteria, getting the bacteria out. And you can do that a couple of different ways with ultraviolet light. The issue of getting the pharmaceuticals out and the sewage plant and all that, that's a different story. The single best way that exists to protect yourself from water contamination is reverse osmosis. It wastes water too. That's the thing you can't realize. Not all treatment is green.
How then might we envision the future of sustainable water management in Santa Fe?
The typical water budget in Santa Fe County is 0.25 acre foot. Our goal is to be under 1.1 acre foot per household per year, and we're on track to accomplish that. So that's cutting potable water use in half. There's 2 methods that we use in tandem. One is the water restrictive covenants. Everyone's required to use a dishwasher that uses no more than 4 gallons per load, a clothes washing machine that uses no more than 14 gallons per load. All the toilets, of course, are now the minimum, which are between 1.4 gallons to 1.6 gallons of flush. Then we don't allow any outdoor spigots. Outdoor spigots are a real problem because people have a tendency to turn it on, throw a hose into the lawn or growing area and just let it run. So then the second one is that we've built something called a water reclamation facility. It can handle up to 47,000 gallons a day of black and gray water. Our plant reprocesses all the water. That's toilet water, shower water, cooking water, everything gets recycled. This tree is watered with exclusively reclaimed water. The water is reclaimed for irrigation, and then in commercial buildings we use it to flush toilets and for commercial uses. It's probably one of the most advanced water reclamation facilities in the country. If the drought ever got bad enough, we could treat and drink the water that we're getting out of our reclamation facility. But psychologically, Americans are a long way from being ready to drink reclaimed water. We would eventually look at the possibility of having what they call a closed system, where all we do is add the water necessary to make up for what people use in cooking and what spills and what evaporates.
Sustainable water management depends on the efficient use and reuse of water resources. In collecting and distributing water, we must be conscious of nature's ability to replenish sources such as rivers, reservoirs, and aquifers. More effective integration of ecological cycles, such as with black water treatment systems, will allow us to manage and recycle water wastes while benefiting the soil. Developing more efficient filtration technologies is necessary in bringing about these widespread changes in water management. Most importantly, we should be grateful for what water we do have, conserving it however possible.
Saludo yo.